So if you're a metal roof nerd like me, you're constantly inspecting roofs left, right, and center, regardless of where you are, whether you're driving at a wedding or at a funeral. Either way, I'm always looking at roofs. And I see this section of the roof a lot where the ridge cap meets the fascia board. A lot of times I will see guys just giving an extra bit of material on the end here, cutting it, folding it, screwing it, and calling it a day. In this video, I'm going to show you two different ways that will not only improve your quality, but leave your customers with a nice feeling that they got a high quality install. Let's get into it. I want to be a little bit below, so I'm going to make it 3. I'm going to call my height here 3 inches. That gives me about a 1/4 inch below the starter here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on here, I'm going to measure a 1 inch. Do the same on this side, measure 1 inch, and then 3. There's the 1 inch. There's the 3 inch. That. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut down the spline of the ridge cap here. Right to that 3 inch mark that we made. My 1 inch, just going to cut this this off. Take off that piece underneath, the hook on. So this. Okay, so this gets bent at 90, this first bend here. I'll also give that 3 inch a pinch with the snips right there. We're not cutting it, just giving it a pinch. Okay, so then this one will, and I extend it past the ridge cap, and I overbend and I bend back, which gives me that nice crisp line on the edge, but I'll also bend it in while I'm dealing with this here. Now, this is a 12-12 pitch, so it's nice and easy for me to put my face miter in. Well, let's do it like as if it was that'll help you guys the most. So if you're not on a 12-12 and it's not 45, what I do is I just bend it down like that. Next thing you want to do is you're going to stand and look over the edge here, and where it folds down, right there, okay, where this is, this fold over, that's where we're marking, if you can see that right there. And I like doing these all in place because this is usually a full 10-footer that's on here, so bend it back up. I also like to leave a little bit of a flap on the miter line. And on this one, I just angle cut it back. So this cut is a little bit angled. Just to get this out of the way, you can see what I'm doing. And then right here, I'm just going to fold that under. And then this one goes underneath like that. A nice little. right? But what you got to do is you have to cut off this fold over that's underneath here from that first flap that we did. So I just take my pencil and run it along the back there, open it up. Flat. So I'm going to cut that off to that line that I just made. Again, angle cut it. Okay, and that goes all the way back down. Same with this one, all the way back down. Bring it out together. Okay, and then it all sits nicely against the fascia. Down here, it curls underneath. Right, and that's a little bit nicer of a finish than just your standard overlap flaps. It just has this nice little return underneath. So when you're looking up at it, right, folds underneath there. It's a little bit nicer. The next one I want to show you, it involves an extra step. So for this one, we have to measure right from the top edge of the starter, right here. Right, with this, from the top edge of the starter right here to the top, which is 2.5 exactly. That's the height of our Z-bar that we're gonna make. 2.5-inch high Z-bar to cover this the whole face of this. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna stuff that underneath the J like so, and run it past, a little bit past, and I'm gonna mark in line with the J hook on there. Okay, so that gets installed there. I'll just come here, take off that part of the Z-bar. So at least now I can get it in. On the face, I can just mark here and here. Okay, so that's that. And then I can also mark there. This one, I like it the most because it's the cleanest. But it does take a little bit longer. But when I'm of the belief that if the customer is paying top premium, they should get top-notch work. So it should be nice and clean. Okay, so this goes in here like that. Oh, forgot to cut the face off. Leave a little bit on the face. Like that. And then that comes up and sits like that. So now that's all blocked off already. Right. So our ridge cap's on. Snap that guy on. And he comes. One thing you gotta do is you gotta cut this. Cut this off here. Cut this corner off. That. It just comes past. Let's do from up here. Let's do 1 inch. Yeah. Mark that. Mark that. I'm gonna cut my corners off again. And up here I do kind of like a little V-notch up here at the top. And that just gets folded over. Okay, so they're open on underneath, and then that slides back on like that. Give them a squeeze. Don't have to go crazy with it. And that's the second way I wanted to show you guys. So if you like this video and you're curious about our ridge vent process, hit this video on screen right here, and I'll see you over there.